Alright, and here we are in the anti-finals. Let's see if we can pull this out and avoid going 0-3 today. And given yet another not very exciting hand, there's one more land we can get this guy out and start targeting it with stuff. I guess that's not the worst. We'll keep it and see where it goes. This is not the best hand I've ever kept. And there's our one more land. Alright, so this hand is getting a little bit better. If I can get either of these guys out on turn 4, then I'll be a bit more happier about my situation. Red-green, huh? Oh, that makes me feel better about the Flyers plan, so we'll see how this goes. Skull Cleaver, sure. I will take 4 damage to my soft yielding face mates. Okay, so Siren, and then we start bashing in with the Siren. We have things to make it bigger if we ever feel the need, and other than that we're just going to start dropping more Flyers. Interesting. Okay. Still can't get through. I guess it's a free roll attack, but if you'd done this before playing the Chariot, there's no way I would have blocked it. Which is, do I just kill this now? So I can fall with a hammer at, get in for 2. I'm not, and like keep hubris up for the next thing he plays. I think it's more better for me to actually start developing the board out. Because this is still only a 2-2, even with the Chariot on it, it's still only a 2-2. So I think I'm just going to play the Cloaked Siren, take one more hit from the Skull Cleaver, and then maybe next turn I start falling things. Nyxborn Wolf, huh? Well, that's something I don't particularly want to happen. Kill that off. And now he just has a 3-1, which he can't give haste to. So I'll attack with the Siren. I'll play the Giant. Still won't technically be able to block because he'll be able to give his guy first strike, but I think I'm okay with that. Ooh. Intriguing. Maybe he has some trick that he thinks he can still get through it. Well, I say thinks he can. Like, maybe he has some trick that will make him able to get through it. Like, because with the first strike, any +2 power thing will have him eat the Giant. So I think I'm okay taking another 3. Because there are so many things in green that he could have that would give him +2 power. So I'll let him get through, and then I'll start hitting him with this 5 power guy he just gave me. And then I think I'm going to play the Worshippers. And then if he attacks, which he probably will, block with the Worshippers, rise to the Challenger. Block with the Worshippers, and then he uses his combat trick, and then I use rise to the challenge. And hopefully that's a 2 for 2, because they'll both have first strike. So it'd be his wolf and his trick for my Worshippers and my trick. Or I could just step through the turn while I'm talking about it. I could also just do that because I'm clever. And I just keep on talking like this is going to be my plan. And I've already stepped into his turn. Well, I can do the same trick with the Cloaked Siren. Whoa. No. No, no. I'm still playing, Mimo. Maybe another time. Maybe he was in the first pod. Because with this LoadingReadyRun draft, we get a lot of people all at once. Except this isn't necessarily going to be the 2 for 2 because it was the 4 toughness that let me draw out the combat trick. So this isn't going to necessarily work. I do the rise to the challenge, and then he might just let that be a 2 for 1. So I think I just let this through. Ah, that's a shame. Anyways, yeah, I'd say that we get so many people for the LoadingReadyRun draft till we hit like more than 8 people. We get like 16 people or something, so we get like 2 drafts at once, and I think Mimo's in another draft that's already finished. Feral Invocation. Sure. Yes, I don't think he realizes I'm still playing. Titan Strength. Okay, so take a lot of damage? No, I think I have to Hubris now, because I don't want to. I think it's worth giving him those cards back to avoid taking 8. Ah. Oh, I had lethal on the board now. Okay. I would have noticed when it came time to attack that I was going to attack for 10, but that was not my concern at that moment. Okay. So I don't think there's much we want to change here. I don't think this is the sort of deck we want to bring in the ire against, because he didn't seem to be like going huge with a single guy. Although we didn't see a whole lot of his deck, but that's just red-green tends to just make a lot of mid-range guys rather than one huge juggernaut that we have to tap every turn. So I think we just leave the deck as is and see how it goes. Okay, so actually noticing this time that I don't have mountains, but that's very different than not having islands, because it means I can still actually play this starfish and start finding my mountains. So this is a keep. Wait, I'm on the play? Chooses to play last. Well, I'm glad I noticed that and did F6. Gorgon's Head. So he has a first strike equipment and a death touch equipment. So he can make anything the most annoying creature ever printed. Interesting. I suppose he has to actually get both of them for that to happen. Golden Hind, sure. And Mountain. Okay, so we're not doing anything else this turn, so Divination it is. Question is, do I want to scry first? Because Starfish does block Golden Hind, but he's probably not going to attack with it. And if he does attack, it means it's because he doesn't want to ramp into something, which means he may very well be equipping the head to it, in which case I'm not blocking anyway. So I think I just scry first, and then cast Divination. Mountain. Yeah, I want one of those. Island, less so, but sure. All right. I did leave myself open for that, so... Jeez. Okay. Okay. Sure. Well, that'll be fun. So I think of the Cyclops and the Emissary, the Emissary is the most likely to be able to get through a Death Touch blocker. But the Cyclops has a chance of getting better further down the line. So I think if I play like Emissary this turn, I can go like Cyclops next turn and then potentially Monstrous at the turn after that. Which seems like a better plan. So, and if I do lose the Emissary to a combat trick, which it seems he just has infinite quantities of, then I'm less sad about that than I would be about the Cyclops. Oh dear. Nothing good starts with sacking the Hedonist. Ravager. Can I beat a 12-12? I don't believe I'm actually capable of beating a 12-12. So if I let it have for 6-6, he kills probably the Starfish. Maybe the Emissary. I suppose he could really go for either, depending on how quickly he wants to win. And then I could go like Cyclops and then Monstrous Cyclops and then Fall of the Hammer. So like 3 turns from now I can kill it. Like in 2 turns I can drop the Kraken and then Fall of the Hammer from that, which is, oh, that's still 3 turns. So in the meantime I'm still playing guys to like chump against his 6-6. But I have no way of ever killing a 12-12, so I'd be chumping that for the rest of the game. Have your 6-6, sir. You may kill my guy. Sure. Which probably means he's trying to be aggressive. Because if he's trying, the faster he kills me, the less of a problem the Starfish is to him. I don't think you do anything for me at this point. I really need to get the 6th land so that I can do either of these plans. Okay, so this turn he attacks with the Ravager, I take it, go to 9, and then I monstrous my thing. He probably attacks again. I think I still have to take it because I can't risk getting blown out to a combat trick. Or maybe I chump with the Starfish, and then I follow the Hammer it. It's gone, and I'm hopefully stable with the 6-6, followed up by another 6-6. It's sketchy. Very sketchy. I don't think it's completely unwinnable. I mean, a lot of things need to go right for us. There are way too many things he can draw at this point that just make things just completely unwinnable for us. forgot to scry again. It seems to happen more when I'm focusing on a particular plan, is that I miss all of the little extra things like scrying with the starfish or, you know, actually casting my spells. The real test is whether he attacks with this. Because if he has any combat trick at all, he's obviously attacking with this. And then if I block and monstrous, then I'm just ruined. If he doesn't have a combat trick, he probably still attacks with it. That's annoying. So I can follow the hammer that. But I really need the fall of the hammer to deal with this. I basically have no other way of dealing with this. But I have basically not very many ways of dealing with this thing either. Yeah, so if he has any combat trick at all and I block this, I'm just gone. So I have to... I think I'm going to chump block here. Whoa, aspect on that. How much is that? 3? So it would be 8? Crap. I think I just need to kill that now and then figure out another plan. Yeah, I have to kill that now, figure out another plan for the Ravager later. I can't just take 8. Siren. Sure. Well, I have an opportunity to cast this now though, so let's do that and see what happens. Cloaked Siren, land, land, land. Kerry. Kerry really doesn't do anything for us right now. He's not going to be a creature, and the bolt isn't going to help us against the thing. So I think I just grab Cloaked Siren and like a land. Or is even that too greedy? Because I don't want him to give us this pile. But an extra land would be nice to be able to monstrous the Kraken. Or we're going to do this again where we steam augury in just to get a Siren out of the deal. Alright. Alright. So I block here, my monstrosity. He uses a combat trick that hopefully doesn't give 2 toughness, that doesn't give more than 2 toughness and isn't rise to the challenge or coordinated assault. Because then I kill it. And then the next turn I play the Kraken and hopefully I'm stable from there. It's a plan. I'm not claiming it's a good plan, but it's a plan. Nick's Warren Wolf. That is fine. Means the plan is a 2-for-1, but it's still what I'm going to have to do. Kraken can block the wolf. So him having that left behind is hopefully not too big of a deal. Monstrosity this. It deals 6 damage, this deals another 2. Ravager gets exiled. Okay. So I play the Kraken. He puts Gorgon's head on something. I block the one that he didn't put the head on, probably. And then the next turn I can like do both of these. Or maybe Monstrosity the Kraken, hopefully. If I can Monstrosity the Kraken, I think I'm in a pretty good shape. Yeah, if I draw land next turn, I can Monstrosity this, tap down whatever he has, then hit him for 10. And then the next turn I can Hubris whatever he plays, hit him for another 10. If all goes according to plan. If I don't draw the extra land, then I'm probably blocking whatever he doesn't put the Gorgon's head on. The next turn, play Cloaked Siren to trade with whatever has Death Touch, and Hubris in reserve. No, he's not even attacking with the Hind. I think I have to just take 3 here. I can't lose the Kraken. It is my avenue to winning this game. That is not a land. It is, however, a creature. And it is a creature that I'm willing to trade through the head. So I think I play that. Interesting. And I think I can attack here, because I can block, and I have Hubris in reserve in case he does something untoward. Or is that too greedy? That might be too greedy. If I monstrous this, then that extra 6 damage isn't going to matter to the clock. But I think I'll do it anyway. I want to at least try to get him on the back foot so that he can't threaten this little 6 down here nearly as much. Because if he gets into the point where he has to start blocking this, then we have a much more ooh, yeah, no, that's not happening. But again with the first strike Death Touch. What? That game was nowhere near over. But sure, I guess I'll take it. Oh, I was going to get the land to monstrous, but still, I think that might have been a bit premature. But 1 and 2, huh? Oh, it's not bad for my first first outing of trying to explain everything to my camera. Trying to explain everything to the camera. Also not bad for sentences that I've had to start over halfway through. I was expecting to have quite a few more of those as well. So I hope you enjoyed watching through all of that. If you want to reach me at all, you can PM me on the forums or find me on Twitter at Mr. Flip. If you ever want to join in on one of these LoadingReadyRun Fan Drafts, there is a thread on the forums that organises all of that. There'll be a link down in the description, and you can also just rock up in the LoadingReadyRun Twitch chat channel. When they happen, they usually happen every weekend at around 1 AM UTC, so that's 2 AM actually in the UK because of daylight savings, 11 AM here in sunny Australia, and on Saturday evenings at 9 PM on the east coast of the US and 6 PM on the west coast. I hope to see you then, and I'll see you next time.